A&E presents
It was honestly a work of God. God definitely had to be involved in that somehow.
Beowulf.
Nobody even knows who came up with the story.
It's a great book with the great characters.
The story of good versus evil.
We had to read Beowulf, and might I say, it was a pretty good book.
No one really knows who, actually came up with this.
And how that story came to be.
Hello, I'm Gargoyle McRadiohead, and today in this A&E biography, the topic we're going to be discussing is Beowulf. Now, Beowulf is one of the oldest and most well-known stories of our time, and A&E has gone out of their way to gather a series of experts on this topic. So here are our experts and what they have to say about Beowulf. Cut.
You know, Beowulf, it's honestly just such a great story. It's one of the first epics. No one really knows who, actually came up with this story. It's because it's very old and it's very traditional, and, it's one of the first epics that was ever, actually transcribed by a monk and written and everything like that. It's just absolutely miraculous, the story that they were able to tell even back then, and it holds such value. Bye, honey. See you later. But it is phenomenal, how it goes, because it's a story about a man with the power of God against, a devilish creature, and it's ultimately the story of good versus evil. And I think young people today don't really pick that up as much, but they should, because it's wonderful and it's a wonderful thing to learn.
Yes, the novel Beowulf, I first came into contact with it during my parents' divorce. They'd fight a lot downstairs, so I'd usually end up reading in my room by myself. But I always found it very interesting how Beowulf was able to rip the arms off that beast so forcefully and so powerful. It was honestly a work of God. God definitely had to be involved in that somehow. God, like with how he was there, was definitely not in my life while my parents were busy getting divorced. It was very rough. They fought a lot. Sometimes I can hear their screams in my head. I am actually going to therapy for that. But besides that, yeah, Beowulf, good novel. Definitely the part with the arm ripping off was my favorite part. Definitely an act of God.
Hello, I'm Mitch McCagnall, and you could say I'm a pretty big fan of Beowulf. Back in my gender studies class in college, we had to read Beowulf, and might I say, it was a pretty good book. And my favorite part about the book was when the Geats and the Danes came together to take down Grendel, who had been terrorizing the Danes for 12 years. It's just such a good story because the Geats didn't even need to do anything, but they went in together and helped the Danes take down Grendel because they saw that they were having issues. They didn't care what the views of the Danes were or what their religion was. They just wanted to go and help them out because, they're good, honest people. And I think in today's society, more people can be like that. Oh my God! Sorry! And that's why I believe that Beowulf should be taught in every English class that exists today. Thank you. Vote for me, Mitch McCagnall, Senate 2020.
So Beowulf is an amazing book, and I've been teaching it to my students for, it's been a long time. I don't exactly know because I haven't seen a calendar in a long time, so I don't know what year it is, but if I could put a time on it, I'd say it has to be at least 20. I mean, it's a great book with the great characters. And one of my favorite characters is Grendel. Grendel's just the one character that just sticks with me. Can I get these just a little bit looser? Yeah, they're really tight. So basically, Grendel's is a demon person thing that's a descendant of Cain, and he really gets the kind of punishment that he deserves from what he did. And that's what I think is important about Beowulf, is that it has great characters like Grendel that shows that people should get punished just like they deserve to be. And besides that, I recommend that every student reads Beowulf because of its cultural importance to development of literature. Yeah.
Alright, time's up.
Let me out! Get me out of here!
You know, I've been studying the story of Beowulf for a long time now. And I guess what I find so fascinating about it is that it was written, it was told somewhere in between the 8th to 11th century. That's so long ago. During the Anglo-Saxon time period, you know, it's just shrouded in mystery. Nobody even knows who came up with the story. You know, it's just so mysterious. And I love it. I really do.
Hello again. We thank you for watching this A&E biography. It's sincerely you, the viewer, are why we are able to do these things. We sincerely thank every single one of our experts that was able to come out and make it onto our set for the day, including this expert. You see, Beowulf is just such a fascinating novel for so many reasons, and that's why we thought it was a topic of discussion for A&E. So thank you for tuning in. You are the reason why we're able to keep making these, and we thank you.